What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ BASE, DJ Bass, because music is the foundation to every hit unless it's an acapella. And if you tune in to this channel, you tune in to the Beat Break. And in this episode of the Beat Break, we're going to be looking at a French Montana type beat. The song in particular, No Stylist. And okay, when I say we're going to make a French Montana type beat, listen, we're not going to be copying French Montana style to the T, okay? We're going to keep our own integrity, but we're going to be influenced. We're going to show some French Montana No Stylist influence. Okay, we're going to try to duplicate that energy. Okay, so hey, maybe French Montana can jump on this track after he's done with No Stylist. And on that note, we shall proceed. And okay, first, as always, we start with the tempo. And we didn't necessarily have to tap out of tempo this time. We just came with the one that we had in front of us, and it was a 150 tempo. And that tempo sounds like this. All right. Okay, you see it's a pretty fast tempo. People call this a trap tempo because we're dealing with 4 bars instead of 8. Okay? And so, first of all, we're going to show you all something. We're going to adjust that tempo. We're going to adjust that metronome sound because it's kind of loud. Some of you may not know how to adjust that. And to adjust that, I'm going to show you how to do it. We will go in Options, Audio, and we will go right here where you see Preview Mix Track. Okay? Preview Mixer Track. Okay? Wherever you set that, that's where the metronome will be set. I have it set to 125 and it's on track 125. And we can set that metronome, right? Which I already had it set. We're just going to turn it down a little bit more. And with that out the way, I hope that helps someone. It helped me when I first started. Okay, and so we have a 150 tempo. And with this track, man, I knew this track was driven by this little guitar sound, but I didn't want to emulate that. So, but I wanted that energy, so I decided to go with this sound. And I just used those notes. And as you see, as you go back on my previous videos on how to stay in key in FL Studio and any other DAW, you will see how I set this keyboard up where I have the notes of the scale labeled on the keyboard itself. We are in C natural minor, and the notes for that scale is highlighted on the keyboard itself, and the ghost notes are there. No need to fabricate any. Just check that video out and you'll see how I set this keyboard up. And with that out the way, let's proceed. This is the instrument, and these are the notes. It's not a guitar, but it has a guitar type sound and a bellish influence, and this is the pattern we played. And this is how it sounds. Yeah. Okay, man, pretty interesting. And see, we have some movement because, like I said, that guitar in that song had plenty movement. And I think it was like a belly. So I don't remember. I didn't pay too much attention. I just have heard the song, okay? But we knew this was not good enough because it was pretty involved, the melody that they had going in that track. So what we did was we added interest and we went to another sound. Boom. And once again, we're just following the notes of the scale. As long as we stay within those notes, we'll be in key. All right? And we just lay down a simple pattern here. Okay? A 4-note pattern. Okay? Over 2 bars. And we double that up over 4 bars. Okay? Because we just wanted to add interest to the sound that we already created. Okay? And by itself, it sounds like this. Yeah. Okay, pretty interesting. And we figured that would add interest to this pattern we already have. And you can see the ghost notes. And if you right click on your mouse, double click, you can go to that pattern. Boom. And there it is. Now, let's go back to the other one. Boom. I hope that helps someone. That should speed up your workflow. And together, they sound like this. Yeah. All right. And at this point, I'm like, man, we got some movement. It's not the same thing he had. And that ain't what we want. We want that energy, but we want our own thing. This is an inspirational track. It's not a copy. Okay? So, with that out the way, we figured, okay, we're pretty much there because if you listen to that song, it's a very simple track. And French Montana made that track with his harmonizing and it's just doubling his voice up, using it in different ways. That's what made the track. Plus, it was a pretty nice, interesting production by the producers, and so we're not trying to recreate that. We just want to piggyback on that energy. And so we figured we were just about there on the music. Because like I said, only thing they're using is about 2 or 3 instruments. And we use 2 instruments to sound like a pretty interesting instrument. But we knew we needed just a little bit more interest. And and we know we have to include ourselves in this production. And so we brought that interest in our own way by using this 808. Okay? And so we knew that this 808 would finish up the interest in this musical element of this track, because we would use this 808 sort of as a bass line as well. And by itself, it sounds like this. This is the pattern. This is the 808. This is how it sounds. Yeah. All right. And when we put that with the other sounds, okay, and that 808 is going to be the driving force behind this track. This is what it sounds like. Yeah. Okay, and at this point, this metronome is getting on our nerves. So we're going to get rid of that. And we noticed in that song also, they had a pretty interesting hi-hat pattern. And so we decided to just go with the hi-hats next. And this is the pattern. We kept the velocity the same, as you can see, no changes. And we just add some pitch changes up here in the piano roll to add interest, and plus we add a few glitches, as you can see. All right. And so when we play that pattern by itself, it sounds like this. Okay. All right. So at this point, I'm like, all we're missing now are some of the main ingredients: the kick and the snare. And in that song, we noticed that the snare had a little bit of movement. It wasn't your basic 1/4 or 3/7 drop. It had a few accent notes in between those notes. So we dropped a pattern, and it's pretty simple. Okay, we dropped the snare on the 3 and the 7. Okay, and in between that, we dropped an accent note. For the second bar, we just kept it simple and dropped the snare on the 3 and the 7. And then we repeated that for the last 3rd and 4th bars. And this is what that snare drop sounds like by itself. Yeah. What? Alright, pretty basic. But when you add it with the hi-hat pattern, Alright, we have more movement. And when you add the rest of the sounds, yeah. Okay, we're on our way. The only element we're missing at this point is the kick. And it's a pretty good kick. You know, it's a FL Studio kick. The new update, the minimal kicks, they're pretty good. And we just went here and we added some clipping and some boost to give it a little crunch. And that pattern sounds like this. Pretty simple. Okay, because if you listen to that song, the kick drum wasn't doing much. So we didn't want to do much, but we wanted it to be just a little different than theirs. And it doesn't sound good by itself, but when you bring the hi-hat in, the snare and the hi-hat, okay, it's a wrap. And all together we have Alright, and on that note, man, it's your boy, DJ BASE. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what I need to work on. Or just holler at your boy next time.